Welcome to Infinite Conferencing. Please dial your conference entry code, followed by the pound sign.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome to Democracy for America's 5th birthday party conference call. Wow, okay, great. I love it. As you have gathered, we've got people from all over the country. For those of you listening to us online, we can't hear you. Sorry about that. But congratulations, you're online and you're the future. First, I'm going to kick it to our chair, Jim Dean, and he'll take a look at the highlights of the last 5 years, and he'll try to compress all those last 5 years in about 5 minutes. We'll see if that's possible. Next, we'll turn the spotlight back on you. Our special guests on the call aren't necessarily even guests at all. They're the heart and soul of DFA. Many of you have been with us for a very long time, so you're really at home at DFA. Our final speaker is a man that you know well, and he'll be at the second half of the call. He's our founder, and he's back at DFA. He'll be playing a big role in the future of the organization. We've also taken your questions, emailed, blogged, and phoned into us over the last week. So we'll be spending a little question and answer time with Governor Dean. I want to introduce to you my boss, the chair of DFA, Jim Dean. Jim Dean took over the organization when his brother left to work for the DNC. And Jim turned this organization into what it is now. Jim Dean, are you on the line?
Arshad, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
All right. Listen, thanks so much. Our great executive director, Arshad Hassan, I really appreciate all you guys are doing, everything, and putting into this call. Hi, folks. I'm here in DFNYC, also their 5th anniversary party, which is a great group of folks here in New York. We've got parties going on all over the country. And, you know, it's really difficult to describe just how far we've come and how much of a difference all of us have made towards changing politics in our country. You know, when Howard started Democracy for America in 2004, few thought it would last very long. And most Beltway types were more anxious to return to the comfort of their Georgetown lifestyles, even though we were in the middle of the worst presidency ever in the history of the United States. But we had a little to work with. We had over 350,000 members. We had about 350 groups, and we had a small but very committed staff in Burlington, Vermont. And most of all, we had a culture that was determined not to give up, something that I had seen every time I'd either met a DFA member or gone to a DFA meeting. The growth of this organization since then has been absolutely amazing. But the work that all of you have done is even more amazing. You know, the numbers tell a nice story. We have 1 million members right now. We've done over 50,000 local actions. We've got groups, I think, all over the country in 97% of the congressional district. We've got a training program that's graduated over 13,000 activists with an additional 20,000 having attended our DFA night school program. And it's a terrific tale, especially when you're not getting institutional support, because you're not going to get a lot of institutional support when you're trying to replace a culture of incumbency with a culture of activism in our halls of leadership. But really, the stories are many, and they're really more important. I mean, the janitor strike in Miami that we got involved with, the weekly bridge actions against the Iraq War since its invasion in Westport, Connecticut, the battles to reform against entrenched political machines in Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Ned Lamont's primary, which changed the entire national conversation in the 2006 congressional races, the activist trainings in over 40 states around the country, which have had a significant impact on all local and congressional elections, Donna Edwards' victory, which helped so many progressives get elected all over the country, and it was a victory that people told us not to campaign. People said, don't bother getting involved the first time around, but we stuck with her, and we built her to the biggest primary success in the story of the 2008 cycle. But most of all, it's the hundreds of activists that are running for positions all over in the party, on precinct level, for county chairs, and even statewide party leaderships. It's been amazing, the work that's gotten done. And here in New York, we've got 3 great candidates, Josh Scholar and Steve Bihar running for city council, and Norman Siegel, who's going to be our next public advocate. All over this country, everybody has been getting involved to change the way politics is done in this country. And there are DFA stories in every state in the country, and these are the stories of reforming the Democratic Party and reforming politics in our communities and helping the rest of this country believe that we can make a difference. And these are the stories that were created by the hard work and commitment that all of you have put into changing politics in America. And we are blessed with a fantastic staff that's worked hard, I might add, for not a lot of money, to help with a lot of this. But most of all, this country has really been blessed with all of you. And I really just want to say that it has been an honor to be working with all of you. I really want to just thank you for all that you have done. And here's to another 5 years of shaking things up, starting tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim. And Jim is right when he points out that really the heart and soul of DFA are our members. I mean, and it's good and well for any organization to say this, but at DFA we live it. So last week we asked our members to share some of their stories, and today I get to share some of these stories with you. The first story you're going to hear from is Keish, who leads a group called DC for Democracy. Let's see, Keish, do we have Keish's story?
Hi, this is Keish with DC for Democracy in Washington, D.C. We were the first DFA group to endorse Barack Obama back in October 2007. We adopted Nevada as our early state and made 2 canvassing trips to Las Vegas, phone banking intensively from November through January. Then we moved on to the D.C. primary here at home and the Pennsylvania primary for a 6-week campaign. Then we took a short breather over the summer and moved on to the general election campaign in Virginia's 10th district. That was the toughest district in Northern Virginia. So we were absolutely thrilled when Obama won the 10th district and the entire state. It was the first time in 44 years that Virginia had voted for a Democratic president, and we helped to make history that day.
Great. Thank you, Keish. Next, I want to share with you a perspective from the middle of the country, or in the Midwest, Lynn Warpenberg from Ohio. Lynn, do we have Lynn's story on?
Hi, my name is Lynn Warpenberg with Democracy for Cincinnati. My favorite DFA success story did not result in a win, but was still pretty special. It was the special election for Ohio's 2nd Congressional District. Paul Hackett, a straight-talking Marine, won the Democratic primary and started generating real interest in these parts. I saw something special in Paul, so I started blogging about him and bugging DFA to endorse him. It took some convincing, but that finally happened. Then DFA sent the email that really got things going, an email that helped raise thousands of dollars for this unknown candidate in a very conservative district. Then the nation took notice, and we had us a race. As we all know, Paul Hackett lost that election, but it was an amazing ride that resulted from a few people believing in a candidate and using the internet to spread the word and raise an inconceivable amount of money for a straight-talking candidate who reminded them that they had the power to make a difference. Sound familiar? Thank you, Governor Dean, for all that you do.